This is a different side to football team fan bases that I hadn't really seen before. Compared to other team fan bases, watching this, I realized how wholesome of a fan base the Mafia is, how they donate to opposing teams' charities and things like that. Being the bigger fan base, the bigger person, I thought that was really cool. I loved seeing how much of a family their fan base is and how important it is um, to this group of people, how it brings them together. From the smallest infants to the grandparents, all watching this team together and having a good time, having a few laughs, and then remembering those who passed also who were huge fans. I thought that was really heartwarming um, to see them carrying on their friends' legacies for the Bills. But yeah, I really enjoyed hearing from all the different fans and their connections to the Bills and what brought them to being fans and what continues to keep them coming back to the games. And also, of course, last year with Damar Hamlin, seeing their reactions to that as well. I remember hearing about that on the news and how devastating it was and scary for a bit there. But I think that incident also really showed the heart of the Buffalo Bills and how they rallied behind Damar Hamlin and his toy charity. I thought that was really cool, and it was great hearing from them about that as well.
I think it was really informative too. Going and learning about this community of Buffalo Bills football fans and how the name, the Buffalo Bills Mafia came about. I think that was really cool. The cinematography on this was excellent. The interviews were really informative and fun, and the way that the filmmakers put this together and edited it was great. It was really nice to see them rally around the support when that team player had a heart attack. It made it easy for non-football fans. I know that's a sacrilegious term for Buffalo Bills fans, but for us to follow along with it.
Perfectly outlines the narrative of life. I love how the story tackles the life of a certain individual and how people from all over can come together in harmony and sort of create this joy for the life lost by celebrating it instead of mourning or just becoming sad, but rather loving and celebrating what was. Throughout the story, we get to see just how fun you get to see just how fun these people are with the game that they play, or what the one that they love, enjoy to watch, and we get to see just how much excitement that comes across to them when it comes time to the game. It was super fun to watch, to see the different forms of sport coming alive that makes many different people happy.
As a Texans fan, I can definitely identify with the idea of telling the story about your fan base, about what the team means to the city. I'm a Texans fan. I've been a Texans fan since day one. Always will be. H-Town, hold it down. You already know. But so I definitely identify with like the fan base having a personality and like a persona. And I think breaking it down as somebody who's not from Buffalo, like breaking down what the Mafia is and like what it's like from an insider perspective for an outsider, I think is a great angle for a documentary. And Bills fans seem chill. I've always thought the Bill, like every Bills fan I've ever met has been chill. Like it's been cool as long as they're not Cowboys fans, you know. But and then tying it to like the whole Damar Hamlin situation and like all of that, like I think it was this is a great idea for a short documentary that was executed well. I could see this type of thing becoming like a thing for like NFL Films or NFL Network.
I love the concept though, and I love the idea because there are, I think, in every sport, these kind of diehard fans that really take a point of pride with their sport and with their team and how well they do, and it becomes a part of the community, it becomes a part of the family culture, it becomes a part of their lives actually, because then you get this great social time when you go to the games or you go watch the game at a friend's house or at your house or at a bar or wherever you're going to go and however you're going to watch it. And it does kind of transcend just like, oh, I'm a fan of this, I watch this sport. It becomes more than that because it also like they mentioned, like it can bind people in a moment where other things start to kind of slip away and you are all kind of in that moment rooting for your team. It all comes down to like this unifying emotion, this unifying presence of all kind of rooting for the same thing. And I think that that's such a beautiful concept, and that this group has taken it a step further from that, embraced that culture, embraced that community, really used it, and then turned around and also gave back, donated more to different charities and organizations, I think is beyond wonderful.